I work in a hospital, and I've seen some of the saddest stories you can imagine. Someone comes and they have no one. A mother comes in labor, and you tell them you're going to be operated, and they have no one. You tell them, can't you call someone? They're like, I have no one. And then you're like, when we operate you, you won't be able to move. Who is going to carry you? Who is going to bring food for you? They're like, I have no one. I don't know which people you have around your life, but can you imagine that in case you become sick, or in case something happens to you, do you have someone that can help you in such a situation? In case this guy had someone with him, a relative, a friend, at least one of the times in those 38 years when the water stirred up, his friend would have dragged him and would have been the first to go into that pool. And they would have gotten their healing. But this person had no one. Now I'm talking to the people that think they don't need people. For you, like, I'm tired of people, I don't care about people. And they even brag about being introverts. I know people are introverts, I don't want to go into that. But even when you're an introvert, get someone that can be there for you. Don't be like this guy. And then you start cursing the world because you have no one. But when you were fine, you would not let anyone to come close to you. And you want them to come when you're sick. So you ask this person, don't you have a family? And they're like, I left home a long time ago. Like, I've been in Kampala for a long time. Okay, don't you have a neighbor? Where is your husband? Don't you have a sister? Don't you have anyone? Don't you have a church member that can be with you in these few minutes when you're in the hospital? Check yourself. Do you have someone that can drag you into the pool of healing? Do you have someone that will wait with you at that pool for however long it takes? Say that you're the first person to fall in and get healed. Say that you don't have to wait for Jesus to come back, I don't know after how many years, to come and give you your healing. Why should you suffer long when there are other people that are getting the healing just because they have someone to help them? When we read the Amplified Version, the guy is saying, while I'm trying to come into the water myself, somebody always steps ahead of me. Some people have been in situations, every time, even when you feel like you're about to reach, someone else comes and takes your place. Even that smallest thing, let's even say it is just a line for getting food. For you're never the priority. Even when the food is remaining, like there is remaining one plate and you're taking your plate, they're like, wabula, there is the other friend, he has not yet gotten food. Let us give him. For you can wait. I pray for that spirit to leave. I hate it. Because, not to brag, but there is a certain favor over my life. When I go to places, people accept me, people love me. And sometimes they carry you and take you in front. But I was thinking, then I'm like, what about these people they've left behind for me to go in front? Why don't you be the one that has the favor to go in front? You're a child of God. Pray for favor over your life. Why is it that every time everyone has to go ahead of you? In your family, when you're sitting, they'll be like, your brothers come, you first go off the seat, let them sit. When they are giving work at, like you have, it is so sad, one of our brothers, two of our brothers lost their fathers. When there is a barrier and they are giving work, you're the one they give to peel matoke. The others, they're like, oyotaja biso la kasale cabbage. Why are you the one they are always giving the bad things? Pray for favor over your life. Say that, no, this time you be the one to get ahead of others. May God give you that grace. So when we reach, after that, this guy told Jesus everything he was going through. But Jesus had come for him. For him, he had not come for excuses. He knew what this guy wanted. Though when they asked him, do you want to be healed? He didn't say yes or no. He just gave excuses, like how most of us give them. Then he's like, okay, my sister, do you want to get married? And then she's like, the men of these days, even God fears them. But he has asked you, do you want to get married? The answer is very simple, yes or no. Then you're like, the women of these days, they just want money. He's preparing to give you the one who doesn't want money, if she's there anyway. But he has asked you a simple question. What, like, do you want this? Just say yes or no. He has asked you, do you want to excel? Okay, do you want to be the best student at fisheries? Like, at the end of this all, then you're like, there is the other girl called Hope. You can't be better than her. He has asked you as like specifically. He knew Hope was there, but he has asked you. So when you get that chance for Jesus to ask you such a question, be wise at least. Be the one to give the right answer. But anyway, Jesus just went ahead and told him, stand up, pick up your mat and walk. Even after I didn't give him the right answer, like he's gracious that way. And what I learned from this, okay, Jesus has healed him. He could as well just tell him, now I've healed you, get up, let me help you. Then tells his disciples, because I can assume the disciples were there, carry for him his mat, let us go to this place, but he also wants you to do something. Thank you. He doesn't want to heal you and then do everything else for you. He has asked you, do you want to be healed? And you didn't have the sense to give him the answer. And he has done it for you. But he's giving you a simple assignment. Stand up, pick your mat and walk. Some of us get our healing, but we still want to be helped in every situation. Then they are like, oh, you've been healed, you're going to become rich. And then you're like, amen, I take it, I wear it, I don't know. Even those other things people say. I tap on it or I do what? And you stay in the same situation. You're like, they've said I'm going to get rich, so you sleep. He has blessed you, he has given you that miracle, but you have to do something. You have to get up and go to work. If it is about getting a partner, you have to get up and look good. Don't look miserable. Because even the partner will find, and then was like, but Jesus made a mistake. This person. Like, do something. Don't just wait for Jesus to do everything for you. He's not like scenario where they'll be like, shoo, and then the gown comes on, and then the shoes come on. No. He's not a magician. Thank you. You have to do something. So he has given you the miracle. Do something. Receive it and do something. They told this guy, stand up, pick your mat and walk. Instantly the man was healed. He rolled up his sleeping mat and began walking. But this miracle happened on the Sabbath. So the Jewish leaders objected. Sometimes God will do for you something and it breaks the laws. In Luganda bagamanga chimenya amateeka. You understand? So he's telling this guy, carry your mat. But in those days on Sabbath, you were not supposed to do any work. That means even carrying your mat was work. So they tell this guy, you can't carry your mat. This is Sabbath. That is working. And the guy told them, verse 11, he told them, the man who has healed me told me, pick up your mat and walk. They asked him, who said such a thing? The man didn't know because Jesus had disappeared. Now, you've gotten your healing and you've started to do something about your life. And then people are telling you, but you can't do that. You're a graduate. How can you be in a mobile money shop? And then you're also like, but still, I have a degree. How can I? And then you follow the society, what they are saying. But these guys don't know what your conversation with Jesus was. Because they gave him an instruction, carry your mat and walk. For him, he told them, I don't know what you're saying, but the person that healed me. You people have been looking at me, be poor every day here, and you didn't do anything about it. Now I've gotten something, and I'm starting to do it. Then you're giving me advice. Don't accept it. Be like this man. Tell them, the person that gave me the healing, when I was speaking to Jesus, he told me, I'll give you a job, and that job is where you start from to multiply. and people are giving you advice, tell them no, that's not what they told me. The person I met told me, carry your mat and walk. He didn't tell me that carry it tomorrow when Sabbath is over. Then people are advising you, my dear, but that man you've gotten, when will you develop? The money he gets, over the way he looks, how will you even go with him to your friends? But Jesus has told you, this is the guy. Jesus has told you, this is the man.
Yes.
And then you listen to them, and then you're like, but anyway, when I look at him, but what did the instructions say? If you follow what these people are saying, you're going to get lost.
Yes.
So, verse 14. Afterwards, Jesus found him in the temple and told him, now you are well, so stop sinning, or something even worse may happen to you. Then the man went and told the Jewish leaders that it was Jesus who had healed him. So this is a story that I found intriguing. But the reason why I shared with you this story is that we are like this man. Who of you was there, then you're like, oh, I need Jesus, and then you started to search for him, and then he saved you? If you're here, put your hand up. And it's you that decided, but I think I need to get Jesus. And then you looked for him and found him and told him, you saved me, and he saved you. Who told him, but you see, Jesus, for me to be well, you have to go to the cross. And then he accepted, and then he went to the cross for you. Being that there is no one, each and every one of us was like this man. We didn't know what we wanted. We didn't know what we needed. We didn't even know that we were sick. At least this man knew he was sick, and he took himself to the pool. Some of us know that we are sick, and we went to places where we thought we would get our healing. We went to places where we thought we would get the love that we are missing in our lives. But still we didn't get healed. For the very many years before we found Jesus, we didn't get healed. But then Jesus comes and he asks you, do you want to be saved? I don't know what you told him at that very moment. For me, I had very many excuses. I was like, but for me, I have grown up in the Catholic Church, and I told everyone that even if I was to remain with the Father only in the church, I will never leave. How will I look at people when I tell them that now I'm saved? Some people had their reasons. Now for me, I don't know how they say it in English. How do they say that? The wind of the clan. We had different reasons. And then some people are like, for me no one can love me. You see, even my father left me. Even my mother doesn't want me. At our home everyone doesn't want me. We had reasons. Even after giving Jesus those very many reasons, he still saved you. Isn't that great? Isn't he so loving and caring that out of the very many people that were at the place where he found you, he chose you? In your family, maybe you're not the richest, maybe you're not the prettiest, maybe in the places where you've been, you're not the best person, but he still chose you. He chose you because he wanted you to be his own. He wanted to heal you. He wanted to show you a kind of love that you can't get from anywhere else. So like this man, without doing anything, without searching for him, he still loved you and saved you and gave you the gift of salvation. When we read, I want us to read verse 14 again. After you get your salvation, after Jesus has healed you, after he has loved you, after he has showed you all the goodness that he is, because he healed this man and disappeared from him, but found him afterwards to give him a warning. This is not a threat, it is a warning. And he's giving you the same warning. I don't know when you met him. I don't know what conversation you had with him. I don't know if you've not yet even met him. But he gives a warning in verse 14. But afterwards, Jesus found him in the temple and told him, now you are well. Now you have been saved. So stop sinning. Very simple. Now you are well, stop sinning. If you don't stop sinning, what will happen? Or something even worse may happen to you. Imagine the situation we are in before you knew Christ. Do you want to go in a situation that is worse than that? He didn't say that if you don't stop sinning, you'll go back to what you were. He says you'll be worse than what you were. Salvation is a gift, and we've all received it for free. But we have to keep this gift because it is a precious gift. Let's read Ephesians 2, verse 8. You were not praying. You were not doing anything that we know we've heard of, because the other miracles that Jesus did, people did something. We remember the Roman official. He came and pleaded for his servant that was at home. The woman with the issue of blood came and touched his garment. There is the man that was lame that was brought by his friends. They did something for them to be healed. But this time, it is Jesus, the Son of God, who is God himself, who is coming and asking this person, do you want to get well? This person has not done anything. He has not put their effort, but they're asking him, do you want to get well? And do you know what he said? I can't, sir. I'm reading New Living Translation. I can't, sir, the sick man said, for I have no one to put me into the pool when the water bubbles up. Someone else always gets there ahead of me.